So let's talk steps in terms of the decertification. We are assuming it will happen. What happens after that?
Immediately, probably nothing. As what President Trump would be saying is that he does not feel that Iran is in compliance with the agreement. He would be telling that to Congress, but then it would be up to Congress to decide whether or not to reimpose sanctions on Iran. If Congress decides to reimpose sanctions on Iran, then the president would sign that into law, and then it would be up to Iran to see what Iran is going to do. Iran would then view the U.S. as violating the agreement, and then Iran might do something like increase its enrichment of uranium or kick out inspectors, and then we would really be in a crisis. So President Trump's decision to decertify, if he makes it, is only the first step in a series of steps of escalation.
Remind us, Mr. Kuperman, if you can, just what the administration's concerns are with this agreement.
There are several concerns. One is that Iran is not allowing inspections of certain facilities, military facilities in Iran, where there are allegations that Iran is continuing to engage in developing a nuclear weapon. And so how can the president certify that Iran is in compliance with the agreement when Iran is not allowing inspections of these facilities? So that's one thing. Secondly, Iran is engaging in continued testing and enhancement of its ballistic missile capability. And then third, Iran is continuing to meddle in the internal affairs of almost every one of its neighboring countries, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iraq, even in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, in Yemen, just everywhere in the neighborhood in a nefarious sort of way.
What does this do to the United States' European partners?
Well, it's going to potentially create a crisis. It really depends on what Congress does. If Congress reimposes sanctions on Iran, then what Congress would be saying to the Europeans is, Europe, if you continue to trade with Iran, then the U.S. is going to sanction Europe. And so that is going to be quite something if it comes to occur. Now, it's possible that if Congress starts moving in this direction, then the Trump administration will start negotiating with Europe, and perhaps they can come to some agreement on reimposing sanctions on the margin or something like that. And so, but it's going to, for sure, create tension in the transatlantic alliance.
And before you go, while all this is going on, the Nobel Peace Prize has just been awarded to an anti-nuclear weapons group. Is the Nobel Committee making a statement?
It's always making a statement. It's wonderful to think of a world without nuclear weapons. But the problem is if countries like the U.S. give up their nuclear weapons, whereas countries like North Korea don't give up their nuclear weapons, then I'm not sure that would make the world a better place.